Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer.
And I'm Lisa Washington. We begin tonight in Monroe County, where after 5 days, Bryan Kohberger, suspected of killing 4 college students, will be sent to Idaho after waiving his right to extradition in a court hearing earlier today.
The hearing took less than 15 minutes. Here's a look at one of the documents Kohberger signed stating that he will voluntarily return to Idaho to face those charges.
Following the hearing, state police and Monroe County District Attorney's Office held a news conference discussing their involvement in Kohberger's arrest, shedding some light on the cross-country manhunt for a suspected murderer. Newswatch 16's Jack Culkin joins us live from the Monroe County Courthouse in Stroudsburg tonight. Jack.
Lisa and Scott, after the court hearing here today, we finally have some answers as to what went into the arrest of Bryan Kohberger here in Monroe County, and now that he is being sent back to Idaho to face first-degree murder charges. Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 students from the University of Idaho, will leave Pennsylvania sometime in the next 10 days. He showed up in person to a hearing at the Monroe County Courthouse, where he agreed to be taken back to Idaho.
Arrangements currently are being made to deliver Kohberger back to Idaho, where he can have continued due process and face these charges.
In a news conference following Kohberger's extradition hearing, state police and the Monroe County District Attorney's Office finally answered some questions relating to Kohberger's arrest this past Friday in Chestnut Hill Township.
There was ample probable cause for the issuance of the various warrants in the case. I was surprised, really, Monroe County of all places. It hits close to home. It's a normal human reaction, I would think, under the circumstances.
State police said that they became involved in the investigation after they were contacted by the FBI, but they would not say exactly when they were contacted. They obtained several search warrants before arresting Kohberger in the early morning hours of Friday, December 30th, at his home in the Indian Mountain Lake Estates development. One
was for the person of Mr. Kohberger, collecting DNA and photographs, that sort of thing. One was for the white Elantra vehicle, which I understand has been seized and is being processed. And one was for the address, the residence itself that he was living in.
Mr. Kohberger was taken into custody without incident. The scene was turned over to the FBI Evidence Response Team for processing.
State police would not say exactly when they became involved in the case. The DA's office got involved sometime after that.
My office's role was relatively recent. We weren't advised of the presence of the defendant in our county until only a couple days before the apprehension of the defendant.
Now, it is unclear as to when Kohberger will be heading back to Idaho, how he is going to get there, or who will be taking him, but it has to happen in the next 10 days. Once he arrives in Idaho, a judge there can unseal a probable cause affidavit that will release information that police will be able to discuss. Jack Culkin, Newswatch 16, live outside the Monroe County Courthouse.
Jack, thank you.
To reiterate, the Moscow Police Department in Idaho says details on when Kohberger will return will not be able to be made public for security reasons.
And when he does return, he'll be served with an arrest warrant for the 4 counts of murder and 1 count of burglary. As Jack mentioned, once that warrant is returned to the court, the probable cause affidavit will be unsealed, presumably detailing much of the investigation that led police to Kohberger. Then Kohberger will have his initial court appearance detailing his rights and the charges against him.
While an arrest has been made, investigators in Idaho are still asking anyone who knows Kohberger to reach out to them. Officials are looking for information regarding his background and the murders as they continue to build their case. If you have anything you might think is helpful in any way to the investigation, there are a few ways you can submit a tip. You can call the phone number on your screen, you can send an email, or you can submit a tip directly to the FBI. Any tipster can remain anonymous if they wish.